All right, so we're live. Let me see if I can find it so I can share it. Yep, I see it.
Yeah, it said you're now live.
So we're live. Let me see if I can find it. Y'all come on in. Everybody, how you doing? Give me 1 second. Let me just share it with all on my pages, and then we'll go ahead and get started.
Yeah, I can go to. Let me do that too.
If you're just coming in, just hang with us. I just need to share it to the pages, and then we'll go ahead and start talking. Good evening, everybody. I hope everybody's doing well. We just shared it to our pages, and then we'll go ahead and make this thing go.
Wonderful, wonderful. Yep, I see it on my page.
Okay, cool. So everybody, here we go. First of all, good evening. Hello, I'm here live with Earl Bynum. We're talking IGAA conference. We're talking IGAA awards. We're talking indie artist tips. A lot. There's a lot going on, and we definitely want to encourage all of our independent artists as we are celebrating 10 years of the IGA conference, and we've really been together for 11 years. Earl and I. We 1 year we didn't have the conference, but this is we celebrating our 10th year at the IGA conference. We ask that you share this broadcast. We hopefully not only can talk about the conference, but we can share with you some of the things that we've learned down through the years since we've been artists, since we've been out here on this grind. So we do have our second annual IGAA awards coming up, and what makes our awards so unique. There are a lot of awards out there, but what makes our awards so unique is that we decided to not hand out awards just based on public voting. We have independent judges that vote on these awards based off what an individual artist has done with the resources that they've had. And that's what makes us so unique. It's an award of merit that you can win. And I say an earned award is the best award that you could possibly get. We do have one public voting category, but that only happens after the first round. And everybody that's nominated that makes the nomination ends up in the public voting category automatically. So you have an opportunity to not just win one award, but to win two awards. And for some, if you're in multiple categories, you can win multiple awards. So that's what makes the IGA award so special. It's an award for independent artists. It's an earned award. It's an award of merit. And so if you released a project during fiscal year 2019, you are eligible to submit for that award. Quartet, CCM artists, if you have a group, choir, if you have a single out, EP, you can submit to this award. This awards process, you can go online, www.indiegospelalliance.com. My brain is freezing a little bit, and you can get that award. You can submit for the nomination to be considered for an award, and we will be fair with you. Neither Earl or I are on the committee. We have an independent committee that votes on this award, and these people come from all over the country, and they have the indie artists in mind when they are looking over your stuff. So we're different from the Stellars. We support the Stellars, but we're different. We're different from Rhythm of Gospel. We're different from any other awards you've ever heard of. because we decided to do it so that when you win an IGA award, when you're nominated for an IGA award, you know that you earned it.
That's
You
right.
know, it is special to get mother, grandmother, and 150 of your friends to vote for you. That's special because that shows that they support you. But it's more gratifying when a panel of your peers, a panel of professionals, deem it necessary to advance your project, your single or your group or whatever to the next round because they listened to it and they thought it was great. So please submit today. You have till March 1st to submit to the IGA Awards. Earl, is there anything you want to add to that?
Yeah, man, I just know they need to submit. I mean, I've met some artists out there, and you are eligible. You have product that you have put out in 2019, so know that you are eligible to submit. So make sure you do that, whether it be you as the artist or your management team or your team at large. Just make sure you submit. There are so many categories. We got Song of the Year, Album of the Year, New Artist of the Year, Choir or Group of the Year, Jazz Artist of the Year, Christian Hip Hop Artist of the Year, Quartet of the Year, Contemporary Christian, which is CCM Artist of the Year, Music Video of the Year, Producer of the Year, and the IGAA People's Choice Award. So you have several categories, and you can actually submit in more than one category. You just got to read the instructions and make sure you follow the instructions as they are listed and do so. So if you're out there, you're an independent artist, definitely go to www.indiegospelalliance.com and make sure you do it. But you got to do it before March 1st. So you only have a few days to do so, but make sure you do so.
Absolutely. And you know, this awards process is a part of a larger process, which is the IGAA conference. And share this video with somebody. Let them know that we're talking conference. We're talking independent artists. For those of y'all who are on here, welcome. If you have a question you want to ask, maybe Earl can read some of your questions. If you have a question for either one of us, you're more than welcome to ask that question. We will definitely try to answer it tonight. But let's talk conference. What makes our conference so special is that we're not in conflict with any other conference. That's one. You have GMWA, Thomas Dorsey, Edwin Hawkins, and a whole bunch of other conferences, but we're not in conflict with any conference. We are a music business conference that worships. And so we teach the business of music to independent artists and to other people who come who are not necessarily artists. They may be managers or industry professionals or people who are just interested in getting involved. And they come and you get a comprehensive 2.5-day experience. It's a boot camp. We bring clinicians from all over the country. Some you know, some you don't know. And they come with all this knowledge just to pour into you and I so that our careers can be fruitful. And the one thing about our conference that's so powerful is that everybody leaves with the same headache. Everybody leaves with the same headache every year. It's like you learn so much. You can't believe that there's so much information out there, but you learn so much, and then your task then is to take it home, try to apply some of it, and to stay connected to us. We started a private Facebook group last year, so I'm constantly connected with people that are in the Facebook group. We're trying to keep people going throughout the year so that you can advance. The sad thing about our conference sometimes is that people go home and they get discouraged. And so that's why we started a Facebook group to keep this conference thing going, keep the knowledge going. There's so many knowledgeable people that come to our conference, it's ridiculous. And for you not to be there, I don't care how long you've been involved in this game, there's always something new to learn. There's always somebody to meet. There's a new network, a new connection to make. And so, Earl, I don't know about you, but this conference has been just golden for me. Even though we are hosts, I learn so much every year.
Yeah, and man, I learned so much too. That's why I love it, and that's why I'm just a supporter of it. Not only because I'm one of the co-founders with Phillip, it's because I believe in the conference. I believe in independent artists. I believe that we have a platform that is beneficial to independent artists. Even though we are independent artists, like you said, I learned so much myself from the those who come in and instruct and teach us about the music industry, the twists and turns of the music industry, how the music industry is shifting. So, man, I'm telling you, it is a great conference, you guys. I'm telling you. And we do have Broderick Purvis said he's the people choice person. And then I see Roderick Jemison. Hey, hello to you. He said, "Are you guys having chicken salad this year?" You know, Roderick, I tell you, man, the caterer that we had that did all of our things, we actually have a new one. She's no longer with us, but we will find her for a chicken salad just for you.
Roderick, it's good to hear from you. Roderick, when he came to our conference, him and Thomas Rollins really helped to spearhead our conference from year one.
Yes.
I'm hoping this year to put together a video of some of the highlights of my conference from the past 10 years, the funny stuff, the serious stuff, the deep stuff. But last year was a pinnacle for us. I believe the sessions were so powerful, people just left with just their mind blown last year. And so we're bringing some of those folks back this year to the IGAA conference. And
Yes.
there's so many people that have been to our conference, you wouldn't believe. Some of the people that you think may not have shown up at our conference were there. They
They
were
were
there.
there.
They may not have been there during the day, but they were there sometime during the night. One of the people drove down to come and support us.
Right.
And so
Right.
this conference has stood the test of time. One of the things that you can be assured of is that this is when you come to this conference, you're going to get some learning with your burning, and that's important. Everybody that registers, you get an opportunity to showcase on our Thursday night showcase, and then Friday we have our IGA awards. But it's $99 until April 1st. And so, after April 1st, the price goes up, but we want to, for everybody across this country, there's about 10,000 of you, independent Christian or gospel artists. This is the conference to come to. And so we're going to start to tell you who's coming and what they do.
Yeah.
Because a
Yeah.
lot of people want to know what's going on. So
Yeah.
first,
But Phil, but even before you say that, people got to understand. Okay, it's $99 before April 1st. After April 1st, it's going up. But you got to understand what you're getting for $99. You're getting the opening session, which is day sessions on Thursday. That also come with lunch, provide a hot lunch provided with everyone in that room and potentially someone you need to connect with. They're eating with you in the same room. We don't separate ourselves. Then we go back into sessions after lunch. And then that Thursday night is the showcase, which you have the opportunity to be a part of if you register. Then on Friday, we come back, go into sessions Friday morning. Then we break and we all go to lunch together again. Everyone in the music industry that's there, those music reps, whether they be record label owners, music attorneys, publicists, radio announcers, and all of that. We are all in one room together eating lunch. Then we break, go back in the session. Then Friday night, you guys, we're having our second annual IGAA, which is Independent Gospel Artists Alliance Awards. It's going to be amazing. And we're doing it different this year because this is our 10th year. So, being our 10th year, however, the second year for the awards, we're going to have a banquet awards, which is going to be amazing, you guys. I'm telling you. And then Saturday morning, you get the chance to come back. We have a few sessions, and then you get the opportunity, just because you registered, to have a one-on-one consultation with anyone you choose that's there in the music industry. Come on, you guys.
it's
That is amazing.
it's so much stuff that we do. I'm sitting here trying to process it all, and and what Earl is saying is right. You get a chance to get one-on-one. I mean, your life changes if you take this information from the IGA home with you, but you got to be there to get it. You got to be there. You got to be in the place. There are deals done after this conference. Sometimes there are deals that are done during this conference. You want to be in the midst so that you can get all this information. Let me tell you who's coming this year, Earl. Let's talk about that, because when
Okay.
people watch this broadcast after it's over, I want them to know, and I want the people who have come to our conference year after year to know that this year is a little different.
Yeah.
You won't be coming back this year telling me some of this is different this year. The focus changes every year because the industry changes every year, and we have to go with what the new focus is. So let's talk about this first individual right here, Khalif Towns. Talk about him, Earl.
Oh my God, y'all. Khalif Towns is amazing. Let me just tell you how bad he is. He is going to the Gospel Heritage Conference, which, if you haven't heard of it, Dr. Teresa Harrison started years ago. Vashawn Mitchell's the president, and he's teaching sessions there on marketing and how to market yourself as an independent, as an artist, period. He has done so well in the market, from radio, having his own internet radio, from marketing to branding and all of that. So he's going to be with us.
Yes, and Khalif Towns has been successful with ugospel ugospel. It started as eBlast and now it's ugospel.com. And
Yeah.
Robert Person is one of his. I know Robert is one of his hosts, and his radio program is doing very good. But he's an expert on marketing. He has helped to break a lot of artists in this industry and helped to promote a lot of others. So he's coming to impart for the first time at the IGAA conference. Let me get the next person. Now, none of you all know who this is. Maybe a few of you are. If there's any industry professionals, you may know who this is, but I guarantee you most of you all don't. His name is George Ross. He is the COO of CCLI. He is the COO, the Chief Executive Officer of CCLI. Now, what is CCLI? CCLI are the people who collect royalties for words that are shown on our screens at church on Sunday and for my Sabbath keeping friends on Saturday. That's what CCLI, they monitor the royalties for words that are shown on screen in every church across this country and now in Northern America.
Yeah, and Phil, what you saying, that they need to know that information and resources for churches and copyright owners. So if you are a songwriter and a copyright owner, your song may be one of the ones that they collect for.
If you're registered.
If you're registered.
If you're registered. And I've been trying to get CCLI to come to our conference for many, many years. And this year, through a good partner, through one of our board of directors, we were able to get CCLI to show up. Now, what is the importance of them to showing up? What was the importance of them is to teach us how to get our revenue from churches using our music on Sunday morning through screens. Most churches pay a license to CCLI every year to show words on the screen, and they report the songs that they show on the screen to CCLI. CCLI takes that information and pays the writer. Now,
yeah.
White people and white musicians and white writers are getting rich off of CCLI. And the real reason why we're not getting that money is because we don't know about it. And for a time, we were kept in the dark about what was really going on. So all of you all who do heavy CCM music, you need to know that you're helping to make others rich. And so we're trying to learn now how to help to make our own rich. And he's coming to impart that knowledge to us. And so for those of you all who got your own music showing on screens and things like that, you can get paid. I want you to know that I get checks from CCLI. I get checks from CCLI. Richard Smallwood gets checks from CCLI. Israel Houghton has gotten huge checks from CCLI, millions from CCLI. How many of y'all sing Lord You Are Good on Sunday and put them on the screens? Millions. The people are getting paid. And so he's coming. He's not coming to any other conference but the IGA conference. You have to register to get there. So I think that's monumental this year for in our 10th year to have him there. He seems to be a nice guy. We're looking forward to having him. Here we go. Moving on. I'm gonna skip on. Oh, so this young lady is one of Earl's friends. She's become one of our sponsors, but she is so knowledgeable. She is a State Farm representative. She owns her own subsidiary office. Her name is Vera Dixon. Earl, I'm gonna turn her over to you.
Well, Vera Dixon is amazing, you guys. She's knowledgeable about insurance, what you need, how to protect yourself, your family, protect yourself as an artist, first of all, so you'll have longevity or leave something for your family. So she's amazing. Like you said, she is a State Farm representative and owner of her own subsidiary of State Farm. And she will be with us. She's one of our sponsors. So I'm telling you, it's going to be so much knowledge in the room.
And she's coming to share her story. She's going to help us, give us business tips on how to build our business. And that's what we need. You know, it's great to be an artist. This is our lifelong dream, but we have to learn how to build this business so that we can really have longevity. Let me
Exactly.
to the next person. Oh my gosh, let me hide this stuff. Let me see who's next. Give me 1 second, y'all. I got too far in the hole.
No, do what you do. Do what you do. And don't forget, while Phillip is pulling that up, you can register. You can register until, I mean, early bird until April 1 now. April 1.
Right. So we got here tax attorney Sybil Sloan, who is quickly becoming well known across the country in the gospel industry as a person who can really help you with your taxes, what not to do with your business, with your record company, with everything that you're doing. The title of the class that I gave her this year, Earl, was Taxes. Pay now or pay later. But you're going to pay. And so she's coming to really hone in on us as indie artists and really help us to understand the laws that we need to abide and maybe some things that we can take advantage of as indie artists that a regular person, as business people, that a regular person would not be able to take advantage of. And so Earl is bringing her to, he has brought her to us. I'm so glad that she's coming. We got 2 attorneys this year.
Yeah.
So it's going to be.
And let me tell you guys, since we're talking about it, she is my legal attorney when it comes to businesses, okay? And I have done so well because of her, knowing that my stuff is in order. Not too long ago, Phillip and I are over 2 other businesses or companies that you may have heard of, which is the Alliance of Music Professionals. And Phillip is the president for the Washington, D.C. area. I'm the president for the Virginia, Hampton Roads area. And just recently, Sybil helped me with my organization to set up to become complete as a 501c3 organization. So, not only does well, Phillip's wife can do that too. I'm just saying, but she can help you do so many things. So we're excited about her, and she's knowledgeable about the music industry as well. And she have a few clients of hers who are music independent artists as well. So I just want to throw that in.
Yeah, she's awesome, and I'm looking forward to her being with us. We have our own attorney Garrett Johnson coming, and he always breaks down contracts, agreements, royalties, things of that nature. Every year, he really imparts, and he's been with us since the beginning.
Yes.
And y'all don't know, attorney Garrett Johnson is not only an entertainment attorney, but he's also a tax attorney. He has an office in New York and an office in LA. He has gotten me out of major trouble. He's helped a lot of artists out of major trouble and gotten artists into some great deals. And so you want to be in the room when Garrett steps in there, because there is a lot to gain. There's a lot to gain from his knowledge. So
and I can say this: when I was with people know Light Records, but it's E1 now. Garrett helped me with that contract with them. He also helped me with my contract with Ty Scott Records. So
wow, didn't know that. That's great. That's great to hear. Neely Dickerson.
Woo!
Been trying to get her for a long time. I have many stories about Neely. Just meeting her back in the early part of my career in the late 90s. But Neely's coming. If you don't know anything about Neely, just know this: she has worked with major artists and indie artists. Right now, she is one of the I can't think of her official title, but she helps out with talent and some other things with Sunday Best.
She's the talent coordinator.
Yes, talent coordinator of Sunday. And I asked, and she really pours into artists. I watched what she has done with Josh Copeland and with what's the winner? Oh my gosh, Melvin Crispell. Yeah, Melvin Crispell. I've watched how she has honed them and is still shaping them into being what they need to be so they can survive in this industry. And
Phillip, let's go even further back. For those who don't know, she is the reason we found out about Ted and Sherry.
Absolutely. Her company at the time, she signed Ted and Sherry. She was very instrumental with a lot of artists at Gospel Centric Records.
That's right.
Neely's her portfolio, her biography is extensive. We can't do her justice. Just know that she's coming to spend some time with you.
Yeah.
And so you need to register, pay that $99 for April 1st, make your way to the IGA. The hotel information is on the website. I will share a personal story about Neely at the conference when she comes. But just know her title is going to be Sunday Best versus Sunday's Best.
Wow.
That hit me in the
That's
middle
good.
of the night. Sunday's Best versus Sunday's Best.
That's good.
And what is the difference? And what separates the two, and how do they intertwine? So Neely's coming. Just know this, it's going to be a great time with her in the room. This guy totally rocked our conference last year. He blew us up last year. This is Mike Warner. Mike Warner has some things about Mike Warner I can't say online. Let me just tell you this. He's a streaming expert, and he works with a lot of big wigs in streaming. He is directly connected to a lot of the streaming services that you use. And he came last year and really gave us what we did not know about streaming, how to make it the nuts and bolts. I learned that in order to be big in streaming at this point, it has to be a part-time job. And you need to be in the room the next time Mike Warner shows up at the IGAA, because anybody who was there will tell you it was a mind-blowing experience.
Yes.
The information that he shared and so willingly shared, and he took so many questions. Mike Warner has been a guest with CD Baby Conference. He does his own master classes all throughout the country throughout the year, and he was so drained at the IGA conference because he had never met a hungrier group of artists in a room that needed information. So you don't want to miss it. Mike Warner is coming up to us from San Diego, California. It's going to be phenomenal. We just sharing the people that's going to be here.
Oh, yeah.
From Nashville, Jennifer Turnbull. Jennifer Turnbull works with a big Nashville company. They handle a lot of policy issues, a lot of things dealing with artists. She's going to come and talk to us about what's next. What do we need to be doing now in 2020? And how can we be a part of the next move that's coming? It's one thing to be up to date. It's another thing to know what's coming down the pike and how you can get positioned. A lot of us didn't know that a lot of the major companies bought into streaming before we had an opportunity to get a foothold in the door. And so that's why your Warner Brothers and your Universal and people like that are doing so well. And it's taken us so long because they already had a foothold in the door. And companies like hers and people that she represents are strategically in place, and they have gotten endowments to help people like us to get to the next level. And so you don't want to miss Jennifer Turnbull. She's coming from Nashville. She'll be there on Thursday morning. It's going to be awesome. Oh my gosh, Earl.
You guys, this dude right here, all I can say is you've heard his song everywhere. A song, just a song. Dude, he has written so many songs, you guys. It's ridiculous. If you have heard anything about Hezekiah Walker and Love Fellowship, anything New York, this dude was responsible for so many hits. Dude, I could just, it's just so many. It's so many. It's crazy. He will be with us. We are excited about him. He has his own solo projects that he do as well, but he's a phenomenal writer. He's also a minister of music. But when I tell you this dude right here does it well.
And we talking about David Frazier.
Yes, sir.
We're talking about I Need You to Survive. We're talking about God is doing something wonderful in me. We're talking about Second Chance. A whole bunch of songs that we sing in church. David Frazier, he's coming to give us a masterclass on songwriting. Never done this before. We're doing it this year. We wanted to bring the best, and he's one of the best. And he's consistently writing music for other artists. And so many songs we can't even name that he's written. But he's coming, and you don't want to miss it, because one of the things that we lack as independent artists sometimes is the depth of songwriting. We lack the process. When God gives you something, he gives you that song, how to format it and all those kinds of things is what you need. And when you're stuck on a song, how to differentiate between a good song and a great song. knowing when to put a song back in the vault to be worked on versus putting it on your record. And so David is really coming to give us all of that. And so you don't want to miss it. He's going to be here at the IGAA conference. And I think that's all I got. I do want to say that I don't have a picture here of our brother Henry Harris, but he's coming back to the conference. And Henry is going to give us the music business foundations class. Is going to be awesome. He always gives you the knowledge that you need to know for right now. So we're giving you for what you need to know for right now. We're giving you what you need to know for the future. We're giving you marketing. We're giving you promotion. We're giving you songwriting. We're giving you taxes. We're giving you legal help. We're giving you business foundations. It's going to be absolutely mind-boggling. And so for you to miss it would be a travesty.
And Phil, because we're speaking of songwriting, I just had to pull up a few of David's songs so though they would know who we're talking about. He wrote the song "I'll Fly Away," Hezekiah Walker. Power belonged to God. We made it. I need you to survive. He's on your side. Let the glory. All of this is just Hezekiah Walker that he wrote for.
That's right.
Hits after hit after hit. So yeah, it's going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing, you guys. And then Phil named some of the classes we have. Does terrestrial radio still matter to independent artists? That is very important. Don't think radio is going anywhere, you guys. You need to be in the room to find out who the movers and shakers are. Again, he talked about taxes, pay now, pay later, songwriting that transcends generations, the playlist masterclass, the mindset, the business, and God's favor. Where are we? The music industry. Now, that class alone, we need to know where we are. Because a lot of us don't understand. We're in the music industry, and it's shifting every day. So you need to be there even for that. So where are we? Building a business from the ground up, from idea to release. Again, he talked about Neely Dickinson's Sunday's Best versus Sunday's Best. What's the difference? Getting paid in 2020 and beyond. Touring, Lord Jesus, touring and merchandising. Also, good deal versus bad deal, you know. So everything you need is in the room.
Hold up. We forgot one person, and I know you were working on this, but your pastor.
Yeah.
Bishop Kim Brown comes and stop past every year to drop a super nugget on us that almost breaks up our entire schedule. But this year, he's in the schedule.
You know what's so crazy, Phil? So we were in executive staff meeting 3 weeks ago, and he's talking. He was just talking to us about vision, and he looked and he stopped the meeting now, and he said, "Yo, Earl, I need a moment at the artist industry retreat this year because I got something I got to tell the artists." I said, "Oh, Phil, I've already put you in."
Tell him he's in there. Yeah. I'm trying to tell you, it sends chills in my spine when he speaks every year.
But he said God specifically gave him something for us this year.
Wow. You don't want to be there. You do not want to miss it. Get your registration in early. We found the best hotel rate we could find in the Chesapeake, Virginia area for this year. Spring Hill Suites is our host hotel. We're bringing the folks here. It's going to be mind-boggling, phenomenal. I see my brother Alpheus Anderson has chimed in. Some other people.
And for those who are coming to stay, like he said, Spring Hill Suites, it's a part of Marriott, so you can get your points.
That's right. You can get your points. And we're 15 minutes away from the beach. So, you know, the conference is on Saturday. If you can stay a little while when it's over by 12 or 1 o'clock, you can go on down the beach, enjoy yourself. So I want to challenge all of the people in the Richmond area on down to Elizabeth City, North Carolina. Don't miss it. Don't miss the conference this year. You can drive and get there so fast. Don't miss it. Don't let nobody.
I'm sorry. And if you're an artist and you're coming and you're looking to stay over and you just possibly need somewhere to minister on Sunday morning, you know, I can assist you as much as I can. I can't promise anything, but I can try to assist in finding you somewhere to minister on that Sunday. But I need to know, and your stuff got to be good now. Amen. I can't just send anybody anywhere, and you ain't been tested and tried. So
right, and we got to trust that you're gonna show up wherever we plan to. You got to be there. Be on time, or you know, we got to vet you a little bit, but we will help you out.
Yeah.
But I want independent artists. I want you this is just not limited to indie artists. Those of you all who sign, you can come on down and get the business too. And this is for everybody. It's not a black conference. It's a conference. Uh,
Right.
if you're
Exactly.
if you're a college student and you are taking business, especially music business in college, this conference is specifically for you because this is no fluff. We bring
That's right.
professionals down here to help us get where we're trying to go. So my wife's bringing her donuts. We're gonna have vendors all over the place. It's
Yeah.
gonna be bananas. You just please, y'all, don't eliminate your excuses on why you can't get to where you need to be in your life.
Yeah, and
Make
let
an
me say this,
investment.
like Phil said, early bird registration is 99. That's before April 1st. But
Right.
also there's a group registration for 5 or more persons from the same organization. You get the conference materials, the lunch on Thursday, the lunch on Friday, conference bag, showcase included with showcase, submission approval, and availability for $75 a person.
Can't beat it nowhere.
You can't beat it.
Nowhere.
You can't beat it. And you say, well, I can't come Thursday and Friday. I can only come Friday. Well, we got some for you. $75, a 1-day pass. So you just want to be there, you guys.
Look, don't miss it, y'all. We're gonna come on. We're gonna try to come on at least once a month to remind you to keep you updated because this is not it.
Yeah.
There's some more. We're
Yeah.
just trying to put it all together. For those of you all who want to participate in our award ceremony and submit in now. You got till March the 1st. If you released anything in the fiscal year 2019, you are eligible. You don't want to miss it. I'm telling you, y'all, this is our 10th year. Earl, I want to thank you for
Oh man.
partnering with me. It's really 11 years ago,
Right.
and making this happen. And God has been in it. We have had some amazing times. Look, we're going to show the video on this year of Weston Jackson. A lot of y'all don't
Yeah,
know.
we need to show that.
The rest of my buddies, so he don't mind it. A lot of y'all know the video of the guy. It was a video on YouTube called "Praise and Worship Gone Wrong," and a lot of people like, where did that happen at? Where he jumped on the table, tried to jump back on the stage and fell. That happened at the IGAA conference, and
That's
I'll
right.
never forget it. It was year one, and boy, what an experience that was. And I'll never forget Troy Sneed standing up talking about something. We fall down, but we get up, and everybody just fell out.
Yeah.
And we got some more highlights of both just some phenomenal times that we've had in the last 10 years. But this year is going to be just as phenomenal. You don't
Yeah.
want to miss it. I'm
Yeah.
begging you to make your plans. I want to see some of y'all successful in 2020, but you are not going to be successful trolling the internet and getting tidbits here. You need to meet some people. You need to be mentored by some people. I want to thank all of our clinicians who come down through the years who have sowed valuable seeds. I mean, Tamil is still helping us even now. Benita Bellamy, Tracy, Sheila Bell. I want to get to name so many names, but there's so many. Troy Sneed. There's so many people that have come our way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Major people
Yeah.
helping major.
Monica Lisa Stevenson, she did
Monica,
a
yeah,
session on just the thing about Monica Lisa Stevenson. She is one of the hardest working women in the music industry, and she brings everything. I think we also had Malcolm Williams one year,
Malcolm Williams.
and
But
he
going back
taught.
to Monica,
Yeah.
We definitely appreciate. Monica has been with us at least three or four of the years. One of the years she came on her own. She just paid her own way.
Right.
And Monica she's been both a participant and a clinician.
Yeah.
So she's been phenomenal. And Monica, and she came last year and blessed us. She was her along with Aldrin. What's his last name?
Aldrin McCullum. Yeah.
Aldrin McCullough were our first host for the IGA Awards. They did an awesome job. And so there's so many others. Thomas Rollins, who is now one of our board of directors. Roderick Jemison. There's Gary's been with us since the beginning. There's so many people that come to our conference to invest in indie artists. Is no excuse.
We even had Vashawn Mitchell has come.
Had Vashawn Mitchell, Ernest Pugh.
Yeah.
Oh my! We just start naming names now. We done messed up.
Yeah. And this is the thing, guys. And for those who are flying in, you fly into Norfolk, Virginia. It's Norfolk International Airport, and the code for Norfolk is ORF. That's ORF to fly into Norfolk. Go ahead and check out those tickets to fly in so you can get a better rate. Again, you fly into Norfolk, Virginia. You can also look up Newport News, Williamsburg to see if you can save a little, but Norfolk ORF is the airport.
Look, we want to take anybody got any questions they want to chime in. I can't see all of what you see, Earl, but if you got any questions, feel free to ask it. And if we're still on, we can answer your question. Anything about the industry, anything about the conference. One of the special things about this conference is that Earl and I both co-hosted this conference, have won Stellar Awards. Both of us have been to the pinnacle of gospel music. We can tell you the highs and the lows of this thing. If it was just us two in the room with you, it would be worth your money to hear what we have to share to you. And we tell you, it's real and it's raw at the conference. There is no game. I mean, it is real and it's raw. There's no games being played at the IGA because we don't allow it because we're artists and we know how it feels to have a game run on you. And so you come into the real deal conference here, but we both have won many awards. We both have traveled the world. We both are still making records. We're signing artists. We're collecting royalties. We got attorneys. We're paying taxes. It's a whole. We're doing everything some of y'all are trying to do, and some of y'all are doing right now, but may want to do it a little bit better. And so,
and we don't want y'all to think that everything, is just great. And we go through the headache, the pressure, the wanting to give up, to not do it no more. We go through that same thing, but there's a push in us that believe that we can do this, and we are better together, you guys. I'm telling you, we are better together. We can do so much better together, and it doesn't matter who gets what, who gets where first. We're in this thing together. And if we stop hating on each other and just push one another, it doesn't matter. Let's make this thing happen and come together. I'm telling you, it's worth you coming to this conference. I promise you, it's worth you coming.
And our theme this year is strengthening the foundation. And that just basically means if you could get that foundation right, everything else will flow. I tell my kids, I teach a music production class, a music business and music production class in high school. I tell my kids, the greatest thing I'm going to leave my children is 8 checks a year. Wow. I get 8 checks a year no matter what.
Wow.
And those are 8 music checks that come every year.
That's good.
And I built the foundation for it to come. So whatever I build on top of that, it just adds to that. And so, everybody ought to be able to do that. Okay. Everybody ought to be able to build their foundation to make things happen. But you can't do that sitting at home. You can't do that just going to a music conference to go sing and shout. You got to sit your butt down in the seat and you got to get some learning. You got to figure this thing out because the people that you're shouting over had to do the same thing.
Yeah. And let me say this. If you're an artist out there and you're serious about your craft and wanting to do more, you need to be in the room. Don't wait on a manager or a road manager or none of that to do and get information for you. Because the thing about it is, once you know what you know, can't nobody take that from you. And you need to be in the room. And I'm talking to you artists right here in Hampton Roads. If you see this video, you need to be in the room. Don't have a conference this good with the great people that we have coming in from all over the world, and you take your money and go to New York or LA to get what we're telling you. It's right here. You have no excuse. I just want to say that.
Right. And we on all of the awards, the Stellar Awards, and all those different places. But I will tell you, those awards are not catering to us. We go. If you go, you should go as a fan, as a supporter of people who are who are involved in the process. But just know that those things are not catering to you. And so for you to spend your entire investment on things that are not catering to you it could be a big reason as to why you're not ahead. And so I would say go have a good time, but you need to make your way to the IGAA and places like that so that you can get what you need, so that you can walk across that stage and now you can say the same thing to others. Look, it's not for you now, but it could be for you later.
That's
if
right.
You do this.
This conference helps to set you up, if you would take the information, to put yourself in a position that you can be a Stellar nominee. You can be a Stellar winner. You can't. I'm telling y'all, the tools are in the room. IGAA conference. We need y'all to share. We need y'all to talk about it. We need y'all to like the page. Do all of that.
We're also working on bringing the Grammys this year. I'm actively working on that, because you can also be heavily involved in that process. And this is a good time to be involved in that process because they're going through change and they got all kinds of things going on. And so they're going to need to be amenable to people like us because indie artists outnumber any other kind of artist in America. You need to understand that. Our theme last year was we may not be major, but we are the majority. And so when you have the majority and you're unified, you can make some things happen. And that's what we want to encourage you all to do. The unity, as Earl said, is what's going to bring us over.
Yeah.
It's not going to...
And the other part is Phillip may just consider you for the IGAA Spotify page.
Right, Spotify page. I might consider you to be a clinician. I should say we might consider you to be a clinician because we have people who are now instructors.
That's right.
And because of the things that they have done. Classic example, Monica's one example. Robert Person's another example. Yes. And now Robert is one of our board of directors. I mean, you can really rise up in many, many different ways once you get to where you need to go.
And can I say this? Speaking of artists, it's many artists out there, and a lot of us are good at our own craft. And thank you to all the artists who are watching. But I got to say something about Robert Person. Robert Person's his CD, you need to just watch Robert Person sing. He's amazing. It's almost like going to a classical piece to watch, or even the opera. He just comes and he comes in with assurance, not of he think he's all that, but understanding who he is, and to hear the voice of Rob. If you can, just Google Robert Person and Richard Smallwood together. He has a piece that he did of Richard Smallwood with Richard Smallwood on the piano on his last project. Amazing. So shout out to Robert Person and shout out to Robert because he has a great radio show and he plays us.
Amen to that. So all this is going to take place at the beautiful Mount. The Mount is in Chesapeake, Virginia. It's a wonderful facility. They have multiple campuses, multiple facilities. We're hoping this year that we can go bowling again like we did. The Mount has a bowling alley. So you're coming to a great place to just hang out and have a great time. I mean, we can't say anything more. This broadcast has gone on long enough, but I want to tell you all.
Well, let me say this. Like you say, we're going to be at the Mount for the showcase on Thursday, all of the sessions. But on that Friday for our banquet, we will be at the new facility that the Mount has established, which is the only newest facility in the Chesapeake area, which is a multi-purpose conference center. So I'm excited that we are one of the first organizations that would take place in there, and it's going to be amazing. So I'm excited about that too.
And you all stay tuned for ticket information for that banquet. It's going to be a phenomenal situation. It's our 10th year. We're doing something special. So please stay tuned for that. We got a lot of work to do with the IGA conference. Yeah. And so I want you all to keep us in prayer, but we need your support. Come on and be a part of it. Get your church to sponsor you like they do for the GMWA and other places. Tell them to send you to the IGA. Because if your church is, if you plan on getting ahead, if your church is doing a record sometime soon or anything like that, you need to come. We got the answers for you, but you got to be there to get them.
And Phillip talked about bowling. We got the bowling alley. But for those of you who think you're good at basketball, come on and take me on. We got basketball too. Don't come down local. I'm gonna smack your stuff. I promise you that.
That's the old guy rule. You know what I'm saying? That's how we rock. You know. We want to encourage our young people. You know, our millennial generation, people in their 20s. You're trying to learn. This is the place to come to learn. The information is ageless. So, you know, make it your business to be there. Earl, I want to thank you, man, for joining me on this broadcast.
Thank you, sir. Mike McCoy is on, and he said, very good conference.
Thanks, Mike. And Mike has one of the greatest groups in America. This group, they know how to sing. They know how to sing, man. That's all I can say. They know how to sing. Anyway, y'all. Earl, thanks, buddy. And y'all,
thank you, sir.
If you got any questions, just listen below, and we'll get to them. If not tonight, by tomorrow. God bless everybody. Take care.
Bless you.